we start as we would like to start every game, getting advantage, especially when we play here at home. We knew about how difficult it's going to be today. We knew about how difficult it's to share the possession with Marumo. It's a team who is risking a lot in the offensive phase with very good players, especially up front, and they are brave. They have the capacity to hold the ball, and in a big field it's difficult to counteract. We try to press high, and we have problems in our high pressing to recover the ball in their half. Even the way they press us in the first half provoked that the nature of our attacks was different, because they were quite aggressive in the high pressing, so the way to find our wingbacks was different than usually, and when we progress, we had some problems to join and be compact when we are attacking in order to have the capacity to press after the loss, and that provoked a bit of how can I say, like lack of control, basically lack of control in the moment when we lose the ball, where we are quite solid, and we couldn't be today in the first half. Second, it was full of accidents and interruptions, and I think both teams with different momentums. But today we couldn't get the ball as we usually try. In the last game we were in close to 70% of possession. I think that today it's not even close to that. So we feel more comfortable when we have the ball, but in games like today where we couldn't, we show that we are really competitive in every scenario. I'm super happy to see the team commit and fighting and really, you know, understanding how important these 3 points are. And I'm really proud of the boys. Nowadays in football, the roles are not as simple as in the past, perhaps. I mean, the role of the striker is much more than score goals. Usually they score goals because, of course, they are close to the goal, it's their nature, and we sign those players also because we know that they're gonna score goals. But you have to evaluate the performance of our strikers in many different aspects, not only in the numbers, the final product. In the way we play, score goals is a responsibility of the striker, number 10s, wingbacks, as you see today one more time. Last time was Dion, today again Paseka. So, you know, we have to share that responsibility. We cannot put in the back of our strikers the responsibility to score in every game, because they are doing a lot of things. We cannot keep the consistency, is the word, that we are showing in our defensive phase without the work of our strikers. That's why we need all of them. We are trying to keep always our front player always fresh, because we need them in order to be compact. So if the team is still creating and generating the amount of chances that we create usually, not today, the figures of our strikers are gonna be important. If I'm happy, of course I'm happy. I have number, I have quality, I have skills, I have different profiles. So I'm extremely happy with the squad that we have, and that department is not an exception. Zakel is a very interesting player, as everybody in this squad. Like I said, I don't like to speak about individuals. When we choose someone to be in the start 11, it's because we feel, first, that they are ready to do it. Second, that is the proper player for the game that we are going to play. And like I said before, we need the strikers always ready to be part of the collective, not only thinking about scoring. They have to do much more things for us in order to be competitive. And again, we played 3 games now in 8-9 days, so everybody is useful. All the players who are available needs to be ready to contribute. And today is a clear example about how important the contribution from the players coming from the bench was, how difficult it is to perform in this type of games where, you know, the situation is not under control, you are coming from the bench, the tempo is too high, and the performance, again, today from the players coming from the bench was crucial in order to get the 3 points. So yeah, importance to the ones who start the game, but trust me, usually the ones who are doing the last 30 minutes, the last 20 minutes of the game usually are, I cannot say more important because the importance is the same, but that's something that we need to also understand nowadays in football, how important is the player who is coming after 60 minutes, and not give so much importance about who is starting and why is starting, if you understand what I mean. So happy with Sakele, like with everybody else. From this game, well, the picture in the locker room is it's interesting because we have a lot of accidents today. CBC Clocky concussion, and even the Moselle Vanga also get a Sandu, I think, also a couple of hits in their head. So it's early to say. It was a decent fight tonight in order to keep the result. So I think everybody, you know, was really going full in every action, in every duel. So it's normal that we have some players, you know, feeling the pain in this moment. But again, we have 2 days to prepare ourselves and travel to Durban, and yeah, it's like I said, it's early to update the situation. Hopefully, we can have everybody ready for the MTN game, and I can tell you that I'm after talking with the guys, I'm optimistic about it. It's too early to talk about those things, in my opinion. We are in a process that we start 7 weeks ago, I think. We play a lot of games in a very short period, so the process it's getting even, you know, more difficult because we don't have time to train, to provoke adaptations, to implement new things, all the things that we are learning from the competition that we know we need to do better and correct. It's not even possible to do it during the weeks. So it's too early to say who is gonna be, you know, fighting for what. We know what we have in our hands. I have said this many times. We know the patch that we represent. We are ambitious. We don't have objectives I don't think about objectives in the, you know, in December or in February next year. I'm thinking about now Royal AM, and then Maritzburg, and then the next one, and the next one, and that's what we try to also do with the guys. We don't see, you know, anybody else than the next opponent. So think about challenging Mamelodi, or who knows who's gonna be there in the top, and we need to challenge. We don't know. So far, we are top of the table. I think we are extremely happy because we have to enjoy every good moment, you know, during the season. This is one, and that's the only thing that we need to think about it now. Celebrate the 3 points today, and from tomorrow think about Royal AM, because we know what's coming and it's not going to be easy. They couldn't be for this game ready. We didn't have time enough. And again, like I said before to your college, I'm optimistic about the next one. So hopefully they can join the team very soon. It's different, of course, but at the same time is nice. You know, I've been here already, you know, 7-8 weeks. I don't know how much actually. My life is about games and trainings, not more than days. But it's easy to understand that the club is the fans own the club in a way. You know, when you speak with them, it seems that you are talking with your boss in a way. You know, because they demand, they are happy or they are sad, and they will tell you. You know, so we have quite, you know, curious discussions in the street sometimes or in the supermarket. But I respect them a lot. They respect me, and I always have time to you know, to answer their questions. And so far so good, the relation with them. But of course, it's a special club. We quick realize, me and the guys who join me here, Sergio and Mitchell, the new ones in the club and in the country, that we are in a very big club and very special club because of the fans, basically. And what was the other one, the second one? The PSL. Well, you see team like Marumo, the way they play, the quality of the players, the number 10s, the wingers are super good, top quality players. And it's the, you know, it's usual when you face games in PSL that you see these players with this technique, with this quality. And speed with the ball, speed without the ball. I think they didn't lose a game so far until today, Marumo, right? 4 draws, it's not by chance. So we appreciate quite a lot every single victory in this league, because it's very equal. You can see the table and the results so far in these 5-6 games. So if you are not prepared for the game, you are not going to take points in this league. It's more than clear for me already. My role is to find ways, you know, everywhere and whatever happened and whatever the opponent proposed, to find goal chances. To avoid chances, that's what we do. Our job basically, you know, it's to avoid chances in the opponent and create chances when we are in possession. And that's what we do every single week, every single day, I mean in the trainings. So following the logic, if we create more, we're going to have more possibilities to score. This game is about probabilities. If we need to create more chances, we will do it. But once again, it's not about the strikers only nowadays to score goals. It's not about. Sometimes you have a striker who is in a, you know, in a beautiful moment, and everything he touches is going to the net, but then suddenly they are in a moment where it's not. You follow me? And then you need also, you know, much more players. We have. Think about the amount of offensive players that usually we have on the field. Forget the positions. Just think about the profiles. So there's many players with capacity to score. Even when we are in set pieces, we have players with capacity to score, which are not number 9. So, like I said before, they shouldn't carry that pressure anymore that they need to score in every single game. Sometimes they will score, and sometimes they will create the space, like in the previous game in Royal AM, when Evanga is doing a beautiful unmarking to the first post and is getting 2 players with him, and then Joto is coming and is scoring. So it's important what Joto did, but it's also important what Evanga did in order to create that space. You know what I mean? So it's a collective game.